Chào mừng quý vị và các bạn đến với chương trình CEO Talk phát sóng trên kênh truyền hình VTC6 Saigon Channel. Thưa quý vị, Việt Nam là thị trường mới nổi trong khu vực, là nơi thu hút các nhà đầu tư đến rất nhiều loại hình kinh doanh. Trong đó, kinh doanh đa cấp hay còn gọi là bán hàng trực tiếp cũng không ngoại lệ. Tuy nhiên, bán hàng trực tiếp dường như không nhận được sự đón nhận nồng nhiệt từ đại đa số người tiêu dùng. Đặc biệt là trong thời gian vừa qua khi hàng loạt những công ty bán hàng đa cấp bị thư kiện dẫn đến phá sản, khiến hình ảnh về loại hình kinh doanh này càng trở nên xấu đi trong mắt người tiêu dùng. Trong chương trình CEO Talk ngày hôm nay, chúng tôi xin trân trọng giới thiệu đến quý vị một CEO, một con người nhiều tâm huyết đã đưa doanh nghiệp của mình không những vượt qua những lời thị phi mà còn phát triển vượt bậc tại thị trường thời trang Việt Nam. Để tìm hiểu thêm về loại hình kinh doanh bán hàng trực tiếp và người đã đưa mô hình hàng thời trang trực tiếp đến Việt Nam, mời quý vị và chúng tôi theo dõi phóng sự sau đây.
Sinh sống và làm việc tại Việt Nam từ năm 2006, Nick Johnson, một doanh nhân trẻ mang quốc tịch Thụy Điển, đã có thời gian làm việc ở nhiều nước như Anh, Úc, Thái Lan, Indonesia, nhưng cuối cùng phải lòng với đất nước hình chữ S thân thiện, trẻ trung và năng động. Nick Johnson đã quyết định chọn Việt Nam làm nơi gắn bó và xây dựng sự nghiệp cho đến ngày nay. Tốt nghiệp ngành cử nhân truyền thông tại Đại học Bond University tại Úc và có rất nhiều kinh nghiệm trong lĩnh vực truyền thông và quan hệ công chúng, nhưng Nick quyết định đi theo một hướng hoàn toàn mới mẻ và đầy mạo hiểm, về làm việc cho một tập đoàn bán hàng trực tiếp về mỹ phẩm trong vòng 5 năm. Sau đó, vào năm 2012, Nick Johnson quyết định đưa thương hiệu Sophie Paris, một nhãn hiệu thời trang nữ, dưới hình thức bán hàng trực tiếp về kinh doanh tại Việt Nam. Với Sophie Paris, Nick kỳ vọng đem một hình thức kinh doanh thời trang mới đến Việt Nam và chia sẻ lợi nhuận cho nhiều người. Mặc dù là một lãnh đạo người nước ngoài, nhưng Nick Johnson luôn được đồng nghiệp Việt Nam yêu mến và dành cho rất nhiều thiện cảm. Gần 6 năm sinh sống và làm việc tại Việt Nam, Nick Johnson không những quản lý tốt công việc kinh doanh của mình, mà còn là một thành viên rất năng nổ cũng như Phó Chủ tịch Hiệp hội Doanh nghiệp Bắc Âu.
Có thể nói rằng là với môi trường ở Sophie Paris Việt Nam thì tất cả chúng tôi làm việc với một cái thái độ rất là chuyên nghiệp cũng như là nghiêm túc. Và đặc biệt là đối với anh Nick Johnson thì cảm nhận của tôi về ảnh sau những cái năm làm việc đó là ảnh có cái sự lắng nghe, rất biết lắng nghe, đặc biệt là lắng nghe những nhân viên mới. Đặc biệt rằng tôi thấy là cứ sau một thời gian là anh Nick Johnson đều hẹn một cái buổi họp 1-1 với hầu như là với tất cả các nhân viên, không chỉ riêng là các anh chị trong ban giám đốc mà còn những nhân viên ở cấp dưới của mình nữa. Điều đó thể hiện rằng ảnh có một cái sự quan tâm tối đa đối với nhân viên của mình.
Xin được giới thiệu quý vị khách mời của chương trình ngày hôm nay, anh Nick Johnson, CEO of Paris, Vietnam. Welcome, Nick. Thank you for being here with us today. How are you?
Thank you for inviting me. I'm very well, thank you.
Okay, very good. Before we kind of start our conversation today, can you just kind of summary your career path before you came to Vietnam and before you founded Sophie Paris, Vietnam?
Right. Well, I'm born in Sweden, but I did my university in Australia.
Okay.
And after graduating in Australia,
Okay.
I had an opportunity to move to Thailand, where I worked in PR and communications.
Okay.
And then after that, I worked in London, mainly consulting Dolce & Gabbana on PR and communication.
Okay.
And while living in London, I was approached by Oriflame, a Swedish cosmetic company.
Oh, okay.
And they were looking for a managing director in Vietnam.
Okay.
So I signed up for the job as future managing director, where I was on a training career path, where I started as key account manager, area sales manager.
Okay.
But before I made it to managing director, another company, Sophie Paris, then approached me. And I just found it very interesting that Sophie Paris then was having all of the fashion and the cosmetics. So I made a move from Oriflame and I joined Sophie Paris instead. And that was early 2007.
Oh, that's wonderful. You have been to London, Australia, Thailand, and Indonesia, but why Vietnam?
Well, I used to travel around or backpacking about 13 years ago. I backpacked Southeast Asia.
Oh, okay.
And I really liked Vietnam. I liked the people, and I found it a great place. So I said to myself, well, hopefully one day I can live and work in Vietnam. So when the opportunity came back in 2007, I jumped on it.
Okay, okay. Well, as you already know, the the multi-level marketing business model is very new with the Vietnam market. And especially our consumer, they have no clear concept about MLM business model. So can you sort of give us a little bit overview of the what is the MLM is all about, and Sophie Paris? What's the difference between Sophie Paris and some other multi-level marketing companies here in Vietnam?
Well, as you say, MLM is a new industry in Vietnam.
Okay.
The first international MLM company came to Vietnam only about 8 years ago.
Okay.
And so far, there are only 7 international MLM companies operating in Vietnam, of which Sophie Paris is one. You then have about 50 local players or international companies with local partners. And I think one key to differentiate between the local players and the international ones are that if you are an international company and a member of the AmCham direct selling organization, then you apply the rules and regulations that are set up internationally and also by the local government to differentiate yourself from the other ones.
Okay. So the MLM is pretty much the same with the pyramid business model?
Well, there is a difference on that, and as many governments ban pyramid schemes, and so does also the direct selling organization of Vietnam, where we are members of and certified, we don't allow them to be members there.
Okay, okay. So what have you done or will do to differentiate yourself, meaning Sophie Paris, with some other MLM business model here in Vietnam?
Well, the most MLM companies in Vietnam so far is mainly nutrition, vitamins and cosmetic.
Okay.
So where we differentiate ourselves is that we have the full range. We have cosmetics, but we also have all the fashion. And Sophie Paris is mainly about the fashion. Okay. We are the only direct selling company to sell the full range of fashion and cosmetics in Vietnam.
Okay. So how is that going so far?
Well, it's going very good, thanks. Okay. We launched in Ho Chi Minh City in November 2010. The revenue so far in total is about $8 million US.
Oh, beautiful. So can you summarize the whole overview of Sophie Paris operations? And the question is, if I want to become a member of Sophie Paris Vietnam, what should I do from the beginning to the end?
Well, to start off with operations, so we launched in Ho Chi Minh City first, and then we launched in Da Nang, and then Hanoi. So the operations so far are in 3 major cities in Vietnam. And if you want to be a member, well, it's pretty simple. You have to come to one of our branches, and you pay 98,000 dong for a lifetime membership.
Okay.
With that, you get access to buy the products at a 25% discount.
Okay.
You can then resell these products also to your friends or family and earn the difference there. If you want to make more money, you can also invite your friends or colleagues to also join as a member, and you earn some money on their sales as well.
Okay. As I know, it's very difficult and it's very hard to apply for the MLM business model license here in Vietnam. So can you give us, share with us some of the information and share with us some of your difficulties and hard time, or, you know, how did you get that license and how long did it take you to get that license?
Well, it's true that it used to be very difficult.
Right.
But since Vietnam joined WTO and applied international rules for legislations, it's a lot easier.
Okay.
In fact, Bruno Hasson, the owner of Sophie Paris International, he has wanted to open in Vietnam for 6 years, but he had to wait until it opened up.
Okay.
And that is about 2 years ago, when it was a lot more easy to open and get the licenses. Okay. For us, we had very good support by all the authorities, and we had our license in about 4 months' time.
Oh, okay. Just 4 months?
Yes.
Wow, that's wonderful. I just want to know, can you share with us some of the experience in business? What is the most important for a CEO to be success, to leading your company to another level and maintain the same reputations and all?
Well, it's very clear for a start to have a clear vision.
Okay.
And you have to know where you are going.
Okay.
And then after that, of course, you have to share this with all your staff. As of now, I have more than 100 staff in Vietnam. Okay. And if I'm only sitting on the vision myself and I don't share it with them, then we're going nowhere. Okay. So it's important that I share the vision with them, they accept it and they follow it, and then we work as one unit together.
Okay. Kính thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là những chia sẻ của anh Nick Johnson về những khó khăn của những ngày đầu đưa thương hiệu Sophie Paris về Việt Nam. Những chia sẻ này hy vọng sẽ giúp quý vị hiểu rõ thêm về những khó khăn và những thành công ban đầu của họ tại thị trường này. Sophie Paris là công ty thời trang bán hàng trực tiếp được sáng lập bởi một doanh nhân người Pháp, hiện đang có mặt tại 4 quốc gia gồm có Indonesia, Morocco, Philippines và Việt Nam. Văn phòng chính đặt tại Jakarta, Indonesia với hơn 550 nhân viên và hơn 100.000 thành viên năng động trên toàn thế giới. Cứ mỗi 45 ngày, công ty cho ra một catalog mới với mẫu thiết kế thời trang của Pháp dành cho nữ, nam và trẻ em. Sophie Paris Việt Nam chính thức hoạt động vào tháng 11 năm 2010. Công ty hiện có hơn 100 nhân viên và có hơn 23.000 cộng tác viên trên toàn quốc. Sophie Paris Việt Nam là công ty có 100% vốn nước ngoài và được chứng nhận bởi Ủy ban bán hàng trực tiếp thuộc Hiệp hội Thương mại Mỹ tại Việt Nam cũng như Hiệp hội bán hàng đa cấp Việt Nam.
Tôi đã làm việc với anh Nick Johnson được tổng thời gian đến thời điểm này là 6 năm. Nhưng mà đến với Sophie Paris thì tôi kết hợp với Sophie Paris được 2 năm và 3 tháng. Và có thể nói là trong xuyên suốt thời gian làm việc với anh Nick Johnson thì tôi cảm nhận được anh ấy là một người tràn đầy đam mê trong công việc, cũng như là một nhân vật luôn luôn hướng đến cái sự hoàn hảo. Khi anh ấy thực hiện một cái dự án quan trọng nào đó thì anh ấy luôn luôn đặt hết tâm trí của mình để hoàn thành. Và có thể nói trong 6 năm làm việc với anh Nick Johnson thì tôi đã học được rất là nhiều điều từ anh. Có thể nói là về kỹ năng lãnh đạo và kỹ năng giải quyết các công việc, vân vân.
Mình gia nhập vào Sophie Paris từ ngay những ngày đầu thành lập và cho tới bây giờ là mình đã đồng hành cùng Sophie Paris được 2 năm. Và mình lựa chọn Sophie Paris bởi vì ngay khi đầu tiên mình bắt gặp cuốn catalog của Sophie Paris thì mình đã nghĩ ngay đây là một cái cơ hội rất là tiềm năng, không phải là cho riêng mình mà cho tất cả mọi người. Bởi vì thời trang luôn luôn là một cái xu hướng mà mọi người sẽ vươn tới.
As you mentioned before, Sophie Paris established in Vietnam in 2010. Well, as you already know, 2010 is in the middle of financial crisis. And a lot of people saying that MLM business model doesn't need a lot of capital, doesn't need a lot of investment at the very beginning. What do you have to say about that?
Well, for us as a company, it's a big investment.
Okay.
As you know, we launch a new catalog every 45 days, and 40% of the products in these catalogs are new styles. That means that we have a big design team behind the scenes who always design new products, and then we have to manufacture them. So it's a fast process for us, and this requires quite a lot of capital. But on the other hand, for the members to join us, they only need to pay the 98,000 dong, and they can start operate right away.
Okay.
Compare that to someone who want to open a shop in downtown Ho Chi Minh City. They would need to rent a shop. They would need to buy goods for thousands of dollars. Here, they just can start a business right away. They take orders, and then they buy the products, and they resell them.
So if I want to buy a product of Sophie Paris, that I have to become a member, or do I need to, or can I just go to the shop or go to the showroom and buy it? So what's the procedures?
If you come to our showroom, you have to sign up as a member first for 98,000 dong in order to buy the product.
Okay.
Or you can buy from one of our members who's out and who sell the product, but then you pay the catalog price without the discount.
Okay. So that makes the difference between the MLM fashion retail and just a regular, more traditional business models here in Vietnam. I'm sure if you take a ride around all the big street in our downtown, like Nguyen Chai, Lê Thanh Tôn, Hai Ba Trưng, you're going to see a lot of fashion retails, and mostly imported from China and Thailand, and not even mention about Vietnamese local brands. So what makes you think that the consumer are going to come to Sophie Paris but not some other brands on downtown?
Well, to start off with, it comes from the French design.
Okay.
As I said, we have a big French design team, and they have new designs every 45 days. That means the speed we are coming out with new designs based on what's on the runways in Europe or all over the world, the latest fashion trends we're bringing out quickly.
Okay.
While you see in the shops you referred to, they are copies.
Okay.
Most of them are copies. That means that they are 6 months behind us probably in terms of the design and the products. And you see that on the colors and so on. And Vietnamese consumers also are quite demanding. They want to have a warranty that they can exchange the product if it's not what they like. That's why they prefer to buy from a brand like us, because the brand promise is there, the guarantee is there.
Okay.
On the other hand, they cannot afford to go to the high-end department stores.
Okay.
Or the most Vietnamese people cannot afford to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a handbag, for example.
Oh, okay. Well, as you mentioned that your catalog came out every 45 days, and that's pretty quick for the new collections. And I'm just wondering, you just discussed about the designs and the new strain and everything, but what about the quality? I mean, 45 days for a new catalog is too fast, don't you think so?
Well, the reason it's 45 days is because the Asian consumers are demanding.
Right.
If you look at a Vietnamese lady, for example, she will want to have a new handbag. She wear it 2 or 3 times, then she wants to have something new again.
Okay.
So we have to bring out new styles very quickly.
Okay.
When it comes to the quality, we have now 16 years of experience from when we started back in Indonesia, Jakarta.
Okay.
And since that, we have improved the quality all the time. So at the moment, that's not one of the major concerns.
Okay, okay. Well, before our discussion today, that I did a little research about retail in the fashion, with the growth rate of 16% per year, and it reached 2.6 billion US dollars in 2010, and expected to reach 3 billion US dollar by the end of this year, 2012. Besides, the structure of the population under 25 years old in Vietnam is about 57%, and under 39 is 78%. So clearly you see the numbers shown that it's a huge market for fashion retail. So what are your plans for the next 3 to 5 years for Sophie Paris Vietnam?
Well, let's just look at what we have done so far. We have now 35,000 members. 84% of them are female, and the average age is 24.
Wow.
So you can see that it's the young female population who mainly buy our products. And of course, one of our plans is to expand more in Vietnam geographically to reach more of these young women who are fashion conscious and who buy our products.
Okay.
Apart from geographical expansion, of course, we also will expand the product ranges. We will also come up with new styles. We will continue to bring out a new catalog every 45 days with new styles. So that is mainly how I see us grow in the future.
Very good. Thank you. Are you going to expand your business nationwide or internationally? Any plan for that?
Well, internationally, we started in Jakarta in '96. Then we opened Philippines, Morocco, then Vietnam, and Malaysia.
Okay.
We are now looking at the next country to open internationally.
Okay.
When it comes to Vietnam, we open first Ho Chi Minh, then Da Nang, and actually next week is the official opening of our branch in Hanoi.
In Hanoi, right.
We are already now looking at what should be the next city. It might be the Mekong Delta or Haiphong, but for sure we're looking at penetrating and bringing these fashion products and the earning opportunity to all Vietnamese people.
Kính thưa quý vị, vừa rồi là những chia sẻ rất thú vị của anh Nick Johnson về Sophie Paris và những hoạt động cũng như kế hoạch sắp tới của công ty vươn ra trên tất cả các tỉnh thành của Việt Nam. Thưa quý vị, bán hàng đa cấp đã xuất hiện vài năm gần đây tại Việt Nam và càng trở nên phổ biến hơn. Tuy nhiên, không phải doanh nghiệp nào cũng thành công với loại hình kinh doanh đặc biệt này. Hơn nữa, khi các thông tin về việc kinh doanh trái phép của các doanh nghiệp bán hàng đa cấp liên tiếp xảy ra gần đây, và càng làm khiến niềm tin của người tiêu dùng vào loại hình kinh doanh này bị lung lay. Điều đó gây rất nhiều khó khăn cho các doanh nghiệp lớn đang kinh doanh loại hình này, trong đó có Sophie Paris. Để tìm hiểu thêm về vấn đề này, mời quý vị cùng chúng tôi đến với phần 2 của chương trình Góc nhìn CEO.
Kể từ khi luật cạnh tranh ra đời tại Việt Nam vào cuối năm 2004 và Nghị định 110 được ban hành vào năm 2005, hoạt động bán hàng đa cấp đã được công nhận là mô hình kinh doanh hợp pháp tại Việt Nam. Trong hơn 6 năm qua, hoạt động bán hàng đa cấp đã có những bước tiến đáng kể với sự tham gia của hơn 45 công ty Việt Nam và nước ngoài, mang lại nhiều hiệu quả cho xã hội. Có thể nói, hoạt động của các công ty bán hàng đa cấp bước đầu đã tạo ra nhiều sự phát triển tích cực cho nền kinh tế khi mang lại việc làm cho hàng trăm ngàn lao động khắp cả nước, cũng như đóng góp gần 660 tỷ đồng thuế thu nhập doanh nghiệp và thuế thu nhập cá nhân vào ngân sách nhà nước và trên 5 tỷ đồng cho các hoạt động xã hội từ thiện. Tuy nhiên, thời gian gần đây, một số doanh nghiệp trong quá trình kinh doanh chưa tuân thủ quy định của pháp luật mà biểu hiện cụ thể là kinh doanh đa cấp bất chính, tạo nên những hình ảnh xấu cho mô hình kinh doanh này và gây ảnh hưởng đến quyền lợi người tiêu dùng. Thực chất, hoạt động kinh doanh đa cấp là phương thức quản lý mới, giúp các công ty đầu tư nhiều hơn cho việc nghiên cứu nâng cao chất lượng sản phẩm, phát triển mặt hàng mới và tạo ra sản phẩm độc đáo, chất lượng tốt, đem lại nhiều lợi ích cho người tiêu dùng. Đồng thời, hoạt động này hạn chế được hiện tượng hàng giả, hàng nhái vì sản phẩm được phân phối đi trực tiếp từ nhà máy đến tận tay người tiêu dùng.
Hello Nick, welcome back.
Thank you.
Let's go back to more talk about in the market right now about MLM business. As you already heard and read the news for a couple of weeks ago, there's a numbers of the MLM business model that scam the consumer. So therefore, what Sophie Paris would do differently to make the customers, the consumers, and more importantly, the members that put the total trust and faith in your company?
Well, for a start, I think in any industry you're in, there will always be scams. So MLM is not the only field where you find scams. Okay. And it comes down to that anything you do in business, you have to choose your partners very carefully.
Okay.
So if you are to join an MLM company, I mentioned earlier that there is the direct selling organization, which is under AmCham. And that organization applied international standards and also adopt the Vietnamese MLM laws. So you should check to make sure that the MLM company is authorized and an official member of this direct selling organization.
Okay.
And then also it comes down to common sense. If someone is telling you, you just sign up here and you're going to make millions of dollars, well, if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true. So just watch out for those things.
If you mentioned that is MLM business model such an advance, but how come all the big brands like Amway and Oriflame, let's talk about in terms of the brand power and the brand value. It cannot compare with, let's say, Gucci or Chanel or Christian Dior. What do you have to say about that?
Well, if we look at the brand awareness, I have to disagree with you. Actually, we did at Sophie Paris an independent market research survey in Ho Chi Minh City last year, and it showed that 2 out of 3 of Vietnamese ladies in our target market knew Sophie Paris, and that's after 1 year of operation. That's a pretty good result. And the other MLM companies that you mentioned, they also showed up in this survey, and they also had a high awareness. And also we have to recognize that the luxury brands that you mentioned are playing in a totally different category than we are. They are spending millions of dollars on marketing and advertising, and we are not competing with those companies.
If direct selling help business save on costs and branding and marketing activities, and it's so advanced that we should take into our consideration at the businessman, at the person who doing business. But when you save on costs, save on branding, marketing activity, that's you're going to save a lot of costs. You cut totally in the middle expenses. But here in Vietnam, usually people are saying, well, not here just in Vietnam, but everywhere, when there's a low cost, it's the same meaning with the quality. It's also, come with the cost. So low cost means low quantity. So what makes people think, especially the Vietnamese consumer, believe that Sophie Paris product is a good quality and also a good price?
Right. Well, I would say we are medium cost. Low cost would probably be a counterfeit goods at the market. Well, we are a bit more expensive than that, and it comes with a warranty. It's very important. The brand delivers a product quality, and you have the warranty. Well, we are not as expensive as the products you buy in the department store, so we're right in between the counterfeit goods and the department store price.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take you off the Sophie Paris for a little bit. If you had to give an advice for our audience or for anyone who wants to do business, especially with the youth? As we know that right now, the economic situation is not good. We are in the middle of financial crisis and economic downturn and everything. In your own term, what the companies or the person who leading the company would do in order to help the company survive and go through these difficult times?
Well, of course, inside the operation, you have to look after your expenses. You have to be very efficient and don't overspend.
Okay.
But when it comes to selling a product, it's all about affordability.
Okay.
It's about the price you're selling the product for and the warranty that comes with it. And these days, people are looking for maybe a bargain, but still, it has to come with a decent quality. People these days are cutting down on the most expensive products.
Okay, okay. As you mentioned before, that right now that you guys have more than 100 staff with 3 different locations in Ho Chi Minh City, in Da Nang, and Hanoi. Can you share with us some of the experience or any difficulties when you're dealing with the Vietnamese staff, and especially with the language barriers and the different your development plan for human resources for Paris, Vietnam?
Well, every country have their own HR challenges, and so do we have in Vietnam as well. But I have to say, having worked in many countries, I really enjoy working with Vietnamese people. They're very driven, they're very hardworking. As long as they have a clear direction and they know where they are going, then they really deliver as well. So I don't have any specific challenges with the staff in Vietnam. I really enjoy working with them, but it's very different to work with people in the center, the south and the north. It all has different mentalities of the people. Okay. So it's a great learning for me to have had the opportunity to work across the whole country.
Thưa quý vị, gần 6 năm sinh sống và làm việc tại Việt Nam không phải là một thời gian quá ngắn, nhưng cũng không quá dài để có thể gặt hái được thành công trong sự nghiệp. Có lẽ vị CEO của chúng ta phải làm việc miệt mài, làm việc không mệt mỏi để có thể có được ngày hôm nay. Nhưng làm sao anh có thể cân bằng cuộc sống của mình khi phải liên tục di chuyển giữa Sài Gòn, Đà Nẵng và Hà Nội để quản lý, huấn luyện và truyền cảm hứng làm việc cho nhân viên? Mời quý vị cùng chúng tôi tìm hiểu thêm về vấn đề này trong phần 3 của chương trình Không gian CEO.
Là một người luôn bận rộn với công việc quản lý cùng lúc 3 chi nhánh của Sophie Paris tại 3 thành phố lớn của Việt Nam, Nick Johnson dường như có rất ít thời gian dành cho bản thân và gia đình. Tuy nhiên, anh luôn tranh thủ thời gian sau mỗi chiều làm việc để về sum họp cùng với gia đình nhỏ của mình. Niềm tự hào của anh chính là cậu con trai nhỏ Percy. Dù bận rộn đến mấy, Nick cũng dành thời gian vui đùa cùng con. Ngoài ra, để rèn luyện cơ thể, Nick cũng tích cực chơi nhiều môn thể thao như chạy bộ, golf. Để thư giãn tinh thần, anh có thói quen đọc sách. Khi thấy cuốn sách nào hay, anh đều chia sẻ với các đồng nghiệp của mình. Có thể nói, vị CEO trẻ này đã lựa chọn cho mình cách cân bằng cuộc sống đơn giản nhưng rất hiệu quả.
Hello, Nick. Welcome back. I just wanna know more about your personal activity. As you mentioned that you like long distance running. Can you share with us why you like this sport so much?
Well, I always liked sports, and running is great because you can go out in the nature and look at the surroundings. And I'm actually training at the moment for the Angkor Wat Marathon, which is coming up in December this year. So it's nice to have a goal like that to work hard towards.
Okay, and I know family is one of the strongest base that you want to spend as much as your time with. But can you share with us at the time that you try to persuade your wife to come to Vietnam? And I heard that you guys have a very difficulties at the very beginning. But how you convinced your wife and finally she decided to say yes, Vietnam is I'm gonna come with you.
Well, as you know, we lived in London at the time, and my wife had a very good job with a leading company there as an auditor.
Okay.
So it was hard for her to give up her career in London to come here.
All right.
But at that time, she approached her company, who also had offices in Vietnam, and she could transfer her career here, so that was okay. And so eventually she's happy here as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I came from the different country myself, so I got a very difficult time to persuade my wife to come to Vietnam. So we took a long time. We took a long time to make a decision either we're gonna come here or not. But finally, after 2 years, and then my wife said, "Yeah, okay, let's come to Vietnam and see what happened."
Yeah.
So I know exactly how you feel. Thank you, Nick. You like reading?
Yes, I love reading. I buy as many books as I can get my hands on.
Okay. But if I come to your house, I come to your library, so what kind of book that should I find there?
Well, you will find a lot of old books because these days now it's all digital. So I
Right.
have it on my tablet and I
Okay.
download them directly from
Okay.
Kindle.
Right.
But you will mainly find books about positive thinking, leadership, time management. So mainly business-oriented books.
Okay. Any particular author that you particularly like?
Well, I'm a big fan of Anthony Robbins.
Oh, okay.
He's from the US, a very positive guy. He's probably the one with the most
Okay.
energy in the world.
Okay.
So I aspire to him. I read his books and
Okay.
I try to live up to his standards.
Okay, Nick, as I know that you not only the businessman here in Vietnam, but you also a member of the Knowledge Change here in Vietnam, and you are the vice chairman of this organization. So can you share with us and the audience that what kind of activity that this organization has, and what's the purpose of this organization here in Vietnam?
Well, we have a mix of social and business events.
Okay.
On the social side, we mainly celebrate the holidays that are important in our countries, such as Christmas and summer and so on. We get together then, but we always invite also Vietnamese people to come, particularly our staff from the Vietnamese companies,
Okay.
to come and get a taste for what the Nordic culture is about. When it comes to the business events, it's anything from talking about tax, law changes in Vietnam, and so on, to update our members.
So when you join this organization, it's just like your relaxation after your hard work at Sophie Paris, or you join this organization because you need that to support the Sophie Paris?
Actually, it's more to please myself, because on the social side, you
Sure.
live far away from your home country,
Sure.
so it's nice to meet some people who are from your country and to share and to celebrate holidays together with them.
Right.
And on the business sense, we're helping each other out. So yes, I do get benefits for Sophie Paris as well, because I'm constantly updated about the law changes and so on.
Okay. Do you have a lot of Vietnamese friends that you even hang out with the Vietnamese friend after work?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
yeah.
What kind of activity that you guys do after work with the Vietnamese local
Well,
friends?
it can be drinking coffee or karaoke, or even some of them also join me to play golf once in a while.
Okay, for you, hanging out with the local friends, your friend, it doesn't necessarily local Vietnamese friends, but is that just to help you to refresh after a long working day, or it's just you need somebody to talk to?
No, I think hanging out with the friends is normally, after work for a coffee, or can be for a business lunch also, or it can be over sport on the weekend. It's a combination.
Okay. Also about Viking party, you know what I'm talking about, right? I love that party, and I was fortunate enough to attend that party a few times in the past. So can you share with us a little bit about the purpose of this party and the future plan for this party? Are they going to keep going, or it's just how is it going to work?
Well, the Viking Fest has been running for about 5 years now,
Okay.
and we have between 300 and 400 people joining each year. And that's a very good opportunity for someone like me, who is a foreigner in a company of 100 Vietnamese staff, to bring my key staff there to experience and understand what my culture is like, taste a bit of food and some drinks from my country, and then they will understand better when they see something on TV, let's say a Viking with a helmet, they will know and understand where it comes from.
Okay, Nick, thank you so much for sharing with us all the experience, the working and personal life. We truly appreciate it. And once again, thank you for coming, and good luck with your business.
Thank you very much, and
Thank
thanks
you,
for
Nick.
inviting me.
Okay, thank you. Kính thưa quý vị, chương trình CEO Talk xin khép lại tại đây. Thân ái chào tạm biệt quý vị và các bạn. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại trong chương trình kỳ sau.